but to actually now see that stadiums are filled with little girls and boys watching these women thrive. I mean, they're calling it Clarkonomics here. So,
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things it's we haven't touched on yet is the Indianapolis 500, right? I mean,
man.
so many cities, so many different states now are talking about having some kind of a car race.
Yeah,
But like the Indy 500 is the Indy 500. I
it's
mean,
it. It is. I had never been, I'm from Cleveland originally, and so I moved here to go to college, and I had
at
never
Butler,
been.
right?
Yeah, went to Butler University. Go Dogs. So I had never been, and I didn't get it. I was like, there's cars driving in circles, people. What are we doing here? But when you actually go to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and experience it for yourself, it is just unbelievable. And then to obviously acknowledge that this many people come to a sporting event in one day is just wild to see in person. So, the Indy 500 has been going on for almost 110 years. So it's been amazing to see the growth and how it's evolved and all the fans. I mean, you have people who are camping out all week to people who, that's their corporate event. That's how they host, their corporate partners. So it's just wild, and I think everyone should check it out at some point. But it'll be hard to be as far as the largest spectacle in racing, that's for sure.
And the milk at the end, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, huge part of it.
Do
Yeah,
you
I
get
mean
are
it's
you
so
involved
cool.
with choosing what kind of milk or what?
It's usually probably based on a sponsor. No, I think like that's the other just awesome thing about it is there's so many traditions throughout the production, and then just how much, I mean, if you come to Indianapolis in May, like the race is happening. Like everyone says this is May, or oh, it's May in Indy. Like everyone knows because I mean people have flags on their porches. They're just celebrating it all month. It's just such a great place to be.
I had the pleasure of being on a panel at an event in Miami a few months ago with Jeff, your vice president of innovation,
Yeah.
and it was really great to hear his point of view
Mhm.
on how Indiana and Indianapolis and just trying to be innovative and really thinking about entrepreneurs and being
Yeah.
able to really move and transform the sports industry.
Yeah.
How has that been kind of adding to the list of all the things that you now do? What are some of the things that happen there?
Yeah, so it all really came to a head when we finished March Madness in 2021, and of course, you finish a big thing and everyone says, "What's next? What's on the horizon?" And I think we were also thinking about, I mean, we were really, I think everyone was really pushed to think about how you evolve when COVID happened. And we started thinking about how do we evolve this sports strategy, because we were the first. Now there's more than 350 in the country. Everyone's hosting sporting events. That's what they want to do. But what does a sports ecosystem truly look like? What does a sports strategy look like moving forward? So we did research and developed what we call our 2050 vision, which is our next iteration of our sports strategy to be the global epicenter of sport. And it's a big goal, but I think when you put big goals out like that, people start to figure out where they see themselves in that. And so sports tech is a pillar of that vision. I mean, we know that sports tech is a booming business, and people always ask, so what does sports tech really mean? And it's broad. It's broad. It could be anything from technology that helps you manage NIL to technology that you can put on your watch that can be a tracker for any kind of watch that you want. I mean, it's been wild to learn so many parts of the sports tech business, but it is a booming business. So, what can we do to move sports tech companies to Indiana to help build up that ecosystem? Another pillar of it is women's sports. I mean, when we did the research, and this was before Caitlin Clark came to the Fever, that we saw that women's sports was going to be an opportunity. And so, what does that mean? What does it mean to not only have women's sports events here, women's sports teams here, but what does it mean to build up the next generation of women leaders? What does it mean to be a women's sports performance research hub? Like, how do we really differentiate ourselves to continue to make this a growing and thriving sports ecosystem? So we've really challenged ourselves with that question. So I think it's been really exciting to see how many people are working on all of these things and helping that grow. And then it's fun to talk to students about it too, because I think now they're seeing themselves in so many different avenues of sport, not just working for a team or working on an event, but there's so many different areas of sport that you can work in now. And I think, with the changing landscape of college sports, I just think there's going to be so many other opportunities too.
You mentioned, Caitlin.
Yeah.
How exciting was it when Caitlin Clark became a part of the Fever?
I'm going to be honest with you. I had to, when I got the news, I had to pull my car over because I was freaking out so much. I was just, because not only was it huge for the Fever, but I think we all knew what this could mean for the city. Just being able to, when you go to a game, so you should definitely come here for an Indiana Fever game sometime. But first of all, the line for the fan shop to get merch, like it starts hours before the game. We typically will have, we have people from all 50 states, and I think last year it was 44 countries come to an Indiana Fever game. It's just wild what it's done. Not only, and then for me, I was an athlete growing up. I was a swimmer, but I loved basketball. I loved softball. I loved it all. But to actually now see that stadiums are filled with little girls and boys watching these women thrive and watching them play. Like, I went to Cleveland Rockers games as a kid, and that was not a full stadium. So it's just so cool to see what she's done for the sport. It's wild. They're calling it Clarkonomics here. So there's some of our colleges are doing studies on everything that she's done as far from an economic standpoint for the city and state, and it's just been awesome. And she's been great too. Honestly, she came to the Big Ten football championship game. She goes to Butler games. She's just really supportive of the community, and I think she likes it here too. I was obviously Midwest, and I think she's really found a home here. So it's been great for the city, but also just great to see how it's transformed women's sports.
It really is amazing. And the one thing you said, she shows up.
Yeah.
And that just means so much.
Yeah. And can you imagine being her age and just all of that attention on her? It's a lot. When she'll speak on panels or have speaking engagements, I'm just in awe that she handles herself so well, because it's a lot of pressure. There's just so many eyes on her from around the world, and she really manages it really well. And it's been great to see how the city has just grown because of what she's been able to do too. We're building a Fever practice facility right across the street from our field house. That'll open in spring of 27 in time for next year's season. So that's going to be awesome. So there's a lot more to come, I think, with women's sports, and Caitlin's been a big part of that.